The final weekend of the regular season for high school girls basketball brings us to the island, the Big D, on Nicollet Island in Minneapolis for another chapter in one of the longest rivalries in high school girls hoops. The DeLaSalle Islanders and Minnehaha Academy Redhawks do battle once again. DeLaSalle winners of 11 straight, and Minnehaha hoping to end a 3-game losing skid heading into section play. A lot of talented seniors and youngsters await us. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peden. She is LaToya Turk. LaToya, these two schools have met every year. They used to be conference rivals, but the rivalry is still intact. Minnehaha won a close one in overtime last year. Just about everyone from those teams are back. I imagine this year's rendition should be a photo finish.
Yeah, both teams really enjoy this game. The fans love this game. It's definitely a staple for us to be here. It's been an honor to be able to cover this for a couple of years. But like you said, they're returning everybody, and so it is going to be a nice matchup tonight.
Minnehaha Academy, the visitors. Aliyah Alamid still unable to play. She's been dealing with COVID and injuries throughout the season. But they have a deep roster. They've lost 3 in a row, Como Park, Providence, and Chaska. But any roster that has Addi Mack leading the way in scoring, Tiny Lewis and her blistering speed, that crop of guards always puts Minnehaha in contention.
Yeah, that's a really solid backcourt. They know what they're doing. They found their stride. They work together really well. But we also have to know the backcourt that DeLaSalle brings tonight, too. With Savannah White running that offense. She has a huge height difference, and we've seen her be able to use that at her advantage against smaller guards. So it'll be interesting to see what Tiny and Addi, how they're able to handle the long arm span of Savannah White tonight.
Well, Lewis is one of the state leaders in steals, so DeLaSalle will have to be mindful of her pickpocketing prowess. Speaking of the Islanders, Savannah White, a point forward, if you will, leads the team in scoring, rebounds, and assists. I should say second in scoring because the leader is Sydney Runsewe, who loves to light it up from three-point range. She's shooting about 36% behind the arc. You also have IT Salaam, the Minnesota track commit, who's having a great senior year, and their group of freshmen who can make an impact. Anisha Scott, Malia White, and Ariana Meister. LaToya, DeLaSalle, an interesting mix of experience and youth and daring do, but they have discovered a new identity in their second year with James Fassett. A 12th straight win to end the regular season would make them a contender to win Section 3-3A. Yeah,
regardless of who their coach is, the team that they have on the floor, they're heavy on basketball experience. Even with the youngsters that are playing, they've all been on varsity for some time now, and they have AAU experience at a high level, playing on high-level AAU teams. So there's no slack to them being freshmen. DeLaSalle's very deep.
They are deep, they are talented, and that 11-game win streak includes a big one over Mankato East. We'll see if they can make it 12 in a row, or if Minnehaha can pick up win number 21 on the season when we return. Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves. Holloman, good if it goes. Yes! Game winners. James, she's in trouble. Finds James, toss shot, it goes in! And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching. Mike Peden and LaToya Turk rejoining you at the Big D on the island of Nicollet. The game starting a little earlier than expected. The 9th grade and JV games got done in rapid fashion. LaToya, as the lineups are being introduced, a little more info on Savannah White. 9 double-doubles this season. she's cooled off a little bit, but DeLaSalle at full strength. And for Minnehaha, Addi Mack, 10th in the state in scoring. Charita Lewis, 5th in the state in steals. Now that is based on totals as opposed to averages. But this much we can tell you, there are some high-level athletes in this game.
Yeah, we definitely have players who are offensively driven tonight. Every single player on the starting rosters for both of these teams have the ability to score.
DeLaSalle, if they don't win tonight, they should beat Moorhead tomorrow and pick up a 20-win season. Minnehaha, they were on a roll until they ran up against Como Park in a game that arguably they could have won, but free throws and some other things. A gritty Como Park team changed the result there, and then Providence scoring a big win, setting up what could be quite the rubber match in the 2A championship. To recap the starters, Minnehaha, they will start Angel Hill, number 4, Addi Mack, number 5, Anaya Rubin, number 15, Tiny Lewis, number 21, and Talia Graham, number 35. DeLaSalle will start Savannah White, number 2, Anisha Scott, number 12, IT Salaam, number 13, Sydney Runsewe, number 15, and Ariana Meister, number 24. White going to Wisconsin, Runsewe going to Quincy, and IT Salaam going to Minnesota for track.
That's a great lineup there. You know, it's always nice when you get to see 2 freshmen in the starting lineup here, and DeLaSalle has 2 freshmen on the floor right now.
Well, Meister, an impact player, and Anisha Scott, remember, she was the hero in the Mankato East game with the game-winning free throws. She has developed nicely, and I found this later on. You told me that she's done a lot of work with Tamara Moore and her brethren. So Anisha, well intertwined in the sport of basketball. Salaam on the take, no good, but Meister is there.
And you know, Salaam with that track ability and that quick first step, she should be able to do that all night. And if Minnehaha doesn't rotate over.
Well, speaking of quickness, Lewis screams that, but she can't finish the slash. Here's White. She comes up short. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Graham and White, they've played each other for a long time. Lewis for 3, off the back iron. Scott, the bounce pass to Salaam. Layups are coming up short everywhere.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you just get a little jitters out, and when you have that long arm span underneath there, it alters your shot a little bit.
Well, one way to get rid of those jitters is just give the ball to Addi Mack and let her zoom down the floor.
Yeah, how many times have we seen her just go straight in for the layup?
Over 9,000. Salaam. Graham cut her off.
And this is the beauty about Anaya, that she is one of their post players who can bring the ball up the floor.
And Rubin, a defensive stopper, along with Lewis. Runsewe for 3. Scott left alone. Oh,
wow,
my goodness.
There's a lid on that bucket already. Minnehaha's gotten really lucky on those because there's 3 shot attempts there.
Angel Hill, that 3 is no good.
And, you know, just the fact that we've seen so many shots go up, these girls are confident in the shots that they're taking.
Remember, this is the final game of the regular season for Minnehaha, second to last for DeLaSalle, so these 2 teams are pretty well figured out. They understand their identity. They understand the assignments, as you like to say. So it really comes down to execution at this stage of the season. Not a lot of secrets to uncover. Mack steps into the 3. You bet.
Addi said, I'll show you how to do it.
Addi Mack passed 1,000 career points in the first game this season. One of 3 players to do it in less than 50 games. The others, Toy Orline and her conference rival, Madden Greenway.
And you can see, you know, Tiny's putting a little pressure on Runsewe there. She's not letting her sit there and post up, and she's almost forcing her to put the ball on the floor, which Runsewe's picked up her shot a couple of times on that. Look at that body control there.
Now, as this game progresses, we've seen a little bit of this already. The battle of length on length. Talia Graham for Minnehaha and Savannah White for DeLaSalle both have already altered attacks for the opposing team.
Yeah, I think once we see, once Savannah sees that Talia Graham is holding her, especially outside of that paint, she's going to, take it into the bucket. She does have a quicker first step.
Angel Hill called for the foul. Angel's older sister played last night at Denver for St. Thomas. She's got a younger brother, and I'll be seeing another member of the Hill family tomorrow with Minneapolis Southwest and Sine Hill, PJ's oldest. They just keep coming. I almost called you Talia, LaToya. Savannah White can't hit the step back.
Savannah makes it look so easy.
The problem is DeLaSalle only one field goal.
And it's not because they're not putting the shots up. They're putting their shots up. They're just not falling. And it'll take a little bit, find their sweet spots there.
Now, I saw you were talking with Talia's father before the game. What did he have to say?
Oh, we were talking about the drop game to Providence. Minnehaha was playing without Matt Pryor for that game.
He had to sit because of the injection from the Como game.
And with the original game with Minnehaha and Providence, Minnehaha just kind of put the kibosh on them, and they came out a little flat that second game, and Providence made them pay for it.
That put Providence in the #1 spot in Class 2A, but how about this, LaToya? The top 4 teams are in 2 sections as Addi Mack goes on another drive. Rubin gets the friendly bounce. If this is the first time you've seen Anaya, she is the daughter of Derek Rubin, 1988 Mr. Basketball at Minneapolis North, founder of the Intercity All-Star Classic. Runsewe to IT, who pulls up the 3.
Runsewe does a good job as a shooter. When you force her to put the ball on the floor, you can kind of change the trajectory.
Angel scrapping for it.
In there.
White says, I don't think so. DeLaSalle with numbers. Meister all alone. And Ariana, strong basketball lineage. Her older sister, Nevaeh, played at Tartan, now playing at the JUCO level.
And I think Ariana spent so much time in the gym as a youngster growing up. I don't think she really realized that she wanted to play basketball until a few years ago. But man, I remember her in the gym at 4 and 5 years old. So when you have a kid that hangs around the gym that much, they do have a very high basketball IQ. They understand the game.
White, the skip. And Anisha Scott drains the baseline jumper.
And you see Scott is playing defense on Addi here tonight. And we're going to see if she's able to slow Addi down a little bit. She's a great defensive player.
Addi Mack, a great shooter, though. Can't hit the 3 there. And now DeLaSalle can take the lead. Runsewe wants the 3. Pulls up. Bullseye.
And that's the best position to keep sitting is shooting.
Islanders up 9-7 over the Redhawks. Lewis with some fancy footwork, but her 3 is short. And Minnehaha can't save it.
And that play, she held that ball for so long on that left side of the court. She was waiting for Addi to come over, and when they go back and they watch that film, she was almost there.
Now, you were telling me about Scott trying to slow down Mack. We saw this on Wednesday. Addi will likely adapt to that in some way.
Yeah, most definitely.
Runsewe again, feeling it.
And Addi's team will buy into it, too. What I look to see is instead of Addi having the ball in her hand all the time, they'll run her off her screens and get her open.
Now, Super Bowl 57 or 56 is behind us, but I guess we're getting a little taste of that. I don't know if you watched that halftime show, the tribute to LA hip-hop and R&B.
Yes. Minnehaha has dropped 3 games so far, and most of those games are just because they came out flat a little bit. It's 12-7. Minnehaha called a timeout, and you can hear that Matt Pryor's not excited about what he's seeing them do on the court right now. Well, so I'm expecting to see them turn up the defensive energy here.
Well, DeLaSalle on a 10-0 run. Runsewe with the pair of triples. She has a bad habit of biting her nails, but she's a big fan of hammocking, TikTok, and raising canes.
I can relate. I think the band practiced this song more than they practiced the Black National Anthem they just played.
Lift every voice and sing. Several schools have done the dual anthems this month. Como Park did that. I imagine they'll do so tomorrow when we covered their game with Minnehaha.
Yes, rightfully so, being that it's Black History Month. I think that's an excellent move for coaches and ADs and players to recognize the Black National Anthem. And
DeLaSalle putting together customized shirts for the month. I saw Malia White wearing one before DeLaSalle had to suit up.
You know, Malia White actually has her own clothing line. I don't know if anyone knows that. I
well, they're about to.
Yeah.
You just told them. Cash money?
Yep. Cash money.
You just told our entire audience, so now when Malia gets hounded with business requests, this is all LaToya's fault. Savannah White muscles her way through the wall, gets on the board, and it's now a 12-0 run for DeLaSalle. Lewis, the runner, banks it in. White wasting no time. And overthrows it. So LaToya, you saw in that instance, Minnehaha moving in on the double team when it looked like White was trying to penetrate.
Yeah. Rotation for the next player, you know, offensively. If they see that the help side is coming, then that means that someone else is open. So
instead, White passed back out and threw it away.
It's kind of owed to the strength that she has to be able to whip the ball that far.
A little too far in that instance, but yes. Oh, Minnehaha almost coughed it up themselves. Here's Ava Cupido, the 7th grader, on the take. And Minnehaha forcing another turnover. Angel Hill, that's a foul. And we'll go against Runsewe. Cupido on the season. We've talked a lot about Addi Mack, of course, and Tiny Lewis, and rightfully so. Cupido averaging 5.4 as a 7th grader.
As a 7th grader, the confidence. I mean, she's already on the floor, and we're not even through, you know, the first 15 minutes of the game. So, extreme confidence. And you know, she's playing against a 9th grader, and she's already taken a drive and scored on her. So.
And for someone like Addi, she'd look at those numbers and say, child's play. Addi,
she does it so humble. Addi is
yes,
so
Addi
humble.
really is humble, yes.
You would never know she's
we're teasing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm teasing her. No. Addi did lead Blake in scoring as a 7th grader. She has led Minnehaha in scoring since her arrival.
Oh, great slip there. That was great. They read the play. They overplayed that pick, and she just slipped back door. Great play there.
You could call that a slip and slide. Addi Mack slipped and slid her way in for 2. I'll show myself out.
Minnehaha's doing a great job defensively rotating there on the double and the help side.
Cupido hit with her first personal. White over to Salaam. Salaam still looking for her first field goal. Minnehaha has scored 6 in a row.
The movement for the Minnehaha team offensively is great. You saw as the play was progressing, finally she gets one.
You can only hold her back for so long, but Salaam's speed is going to whip past you.
And as a shooter, you just keep shooting.
Oh.
Hey, Ruben's been all over Malia all night.
Right, but she got hit with a foul there. I don't think she saw that Malia lost the handle on it if she spotted that loose ball, I don't think she picks up the foul.
Yeah, you can see, too, when they're down here and DeLaSalle's on offense, Ruben's not giving her anything tonight.
I've noticed with Angel Hill, she has almost no vertical on her jump shot. Her feet are planted on the floor. You don't see that often.
And you can see she's hugging her right now.
Well,
and I think they're calling for a pick and roll for Malia right now, too.
They go back out.
Because if you can get Ruben out of the game and get her in foul trouble, that can change the trajectory of the game defensively for DeLaSalle.
Well, Angel Hill looking to change the trajectory for Minnehaha.
Wow.
Lewis.
Tiny. Playing big man ball.
I said this last time, I'll say it again. Don't call her tiny. Angel Hill, how about her defense? She is all over the floor.
And it's just a heads-up play. You know, they fumbled the ball a little bit, and she's like, I'm just going to make it a little more difficult for you.
And Angel averaging just under 2 steals a game. Barrett Parton and Charita Lewis are the 2 big ones, but Angel Hill is showing her defensive might. Of course, she probably picked up a thing or two watching her bigger sisters play.
Yeah, when you have to play against them as well, you know. We usually see kids who grow up in basketball families, as they come down the line, the younger ones, that you see their skill set progress because they've had to play ball against their older siblings for so long. Ask my brother.
On that note, Jade and Taylor, her older sisters, have something of a rivalry. Both have claimed to have never lost to the other one-on-one. I'm going to do the smart thing and call it a draw. 16-16. Lewis looking to break the tie, and she will.
You know, and her and Addi do that very well. If you don't stop me, I'm going right to the basket. And any guard that's watching that, if they don't stop you, you don't have to change anything. Go right in for your layup.
Especially with Tiny's speed. Here comes Estelle Bass. Nowhere to go. And you didn't get to see this last year because Lewis was recovering from ACL surgery, but she was the leading scorer at St. Cloud Cathedral as a sophomore, and that was her signature. Just blow by her defense, outrun them.
Yeah, there's a few point guards here that you can say, what's your favorite move? And it's the blow by.
White missed the 3. Coincidentally, White is the best 3-point shooter for DeLaSalle. There's the second on Ruben.
Number 2, Peden back in for the Roundhouse. 15, Sydney Runsewe back in for the Islanders.
These two have met for years. They had the doubleheader revive for a short time, and then things got a little intense in the boys' game that one year. But perhaps they'll bring it back in the future, because I'll never forget the packed house here and at Minnehaha.
Got to be careful here.
There's the third.
Yeah.
And Anaya a little frustrated with the situation.
And Scott, you know, even though she's a freshman, she knew she had that pick and she knew she had 2. And so that she executed the best option at that time was getting to the basket and getting her that 3rd foul picked up.
Well, Anisha the freshman, but no stranger to the sport of basketball, as we were saying before. Did a lot of work with Tamara Moore. She gets the kick out to Meister, I should say.
And you know, and that's a skill set too that Meister has, that she is able to take that deep 3. Not as quite as deep as Sid can.
Graham was calling for it. And you see why. Bass moved over, but Graham had the size advantage.
And I would run Sydney right off a pick again because she has Addi on her, and Addi has a height. Yeah.
Look out. Bullseye.
I feel like I know a thing or two about this, Mike.
You've hung around their family for a while. How about Addi Mack? Another speeding score. She keeps this up. She's going to rack up a few speeding tickets. Addi's so fleet-footed.
Yeah, Addi comes to play every night.
Although she did admit that Tiny would probably beat her in a sprint. DeLaSalle looking for another 3. Meister will shoot 2. 22-22.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing Meister play and develop over these next couple of years. It's going to be interesting to see the growth that she has over the summer. I'm not sure where she's going to be playing AAU this summer, but to see her come back on the island next year and see what she's able to do, because she is one of our bigs who can put the ball on the floor. She can shoot deep, and she has a few post moves. So as her IQ develops, it's just going to be interesting to see if the mind will follow the body.
Meister, 64% free throw shooter, 63% field goal shooter. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes. But the last time we were here, LaToya, I made this observation, and I still believe it. Even though DeLaSalle is going to lose 3 key seniors, they have a great group of youngsters in Meister, Scott, Bass is another one, Malia White. Here's Lewis.
Yes, they have all of the pieces to continue their legacy. And that's the thing, DeLaSalle has a legacy, so you never know. You might show up at the first day of practice and you have transfers here.
Well, Meister's showing up right now. She gets the putback off of Runsewe's missed baseline jumper. And the Islanders take a 4-point lead, 26-22. Hill, spin move. IT Salaam stops her in her tracks.
You know, Moser, as much as I know you like putting the ball on the floor and shooting those deeper shots, I really enjoy watching you in the paint.
Meister, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure I knew who you were talking about. Addi Mack, the curl. White to Runsewe. Salaam at the top of the key. She got bumped by Cupido, and I don't know what White's future holds, but she's going to bring a versatile array of talents when she goes to Wisconsin next year.
Yeah, she's one of those players that you can put her on the floor, she can cover any position. We've seen her run everything from point to holding defensive assignments on top post players in the paint. So she also comes from a very strong sports lineage. I see her grandfather in the gym all the time, Mr. Frank White, so she understands the assignment.
Her one weak spot is free throw shooting, although she knocks down both that time, entering this game 54%.
Yeah, ladies, we have got to do better on those free throws. That's a universal statement for everyone.
Well, Minnehaha, remember, they lost to Como Park in Park, going 8 of 20 from the free throw line. Talia Graham missed 3 in a row on the front end of a 1-and-1.
Yeah, we absolutely, nothing under 70%, and free throws are a learned skill set. So take a little time every day in the gym, practice, and you'll be shooting 70% or higher in no time. I promise you that.
There is a trick to it. Here comes
You know, one thing
Addi.
we're going to see, if Addi has a first step on you, she's going to the basket.
First step, second step, any step. If she sees an opening, she'll slice right through it. Lewis. Eyeing up Scott.
It.
Yep, trying to create some space.
Danced on her. Tiny said, come get this work, come get this work, come get this work.
You wonder if she took up dance at any point in her career. I know Demaya did. You actually showed me a photo of her. I don't know. Well, Demaya's on her phone.
Don't tell anyone.
I was going to say, how mortified was Demaya would she be if she found out you shared that photo?
I didn't tell her.
Okay, so really mortified. 4:47 to go, 28-24. DeLaSalle leads Minnehaha. The coaches will vote on sections tomorrow. DeLaSalle will probably get the 2 because Como Park owns the head-to-head. Minnehaha, even though they lost 3 in a row, they still have an advantage in the QRF. I think they get the 1 owing to strength of schedule. But LaToya, you've got 2 contenders in both those groups, DeLaSalle, Como, Minnehaha, St. Croix Lutheran. Either one should be a fun section final.
Yeah, this is the time of the season where you got to show up because it's anybody's game. We have so many great players, great teams, great coaches out there right now. And I'm thankful they outweigh the bad ones. But it could be anybody's game.
Don't worry, Demaya, we were only saying nice things about you. 28-24. Demaya walked over to share something. Savannah White draws a foul and will shoot 2.
Yeah, she's playing at Anoka Ramsey right now. And their boys team just advanced in their regional playoffs, so.
Big win for the Rams of Anoka Ramsey. Hopefully I'll get a chance to go up there. I was supposed to for their Hall of Fame Classic. But the last couple of years, we've had bad weather and the pandemic. Hopefully next year will be a little less volatile.
Yeah, she's a leading scorer, leading an assist on that team right now.
And Savannah, I don't know if she heard me, but here I am talking about her free throw issues, and she's 4 for 4.
Says she's going to prove you wrong.
She wouldn't be the first.
Nice. That's one thing that we see over and over from Minnehaha is the execution of their plays.
And Graham rolls her way in for 2 more. Graham, by the way, 10 rebounds or more in 5 games, a couple of double-doubles.
Using those high jump abilities there.
Lewis snuck in from behind to poke it away. Angel Hill for 3. I'm still getting used to that jumper of hers. There's almost no vertical at all. That's a foul on Graham. Now, I don't know what goes into a perfect jumper, but I've noticed the best jump shooters, you don't have to be Super Mario-like, but they can get a little bit of that leg strength under them, go for that pull-up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would help Angel or if that's just her preference.
And I'm sure as she continues to develop, because what year is Angel? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Angel is a sophomore.
Oh, yeah. And now with all of the film and the access that we have, she'll make the adjustments.
That is the first miss at the free throw line for DeLaSalle.
And yeah, you know, as a youngster, as a freshman, when that happens, I want to see her be able just to shake that off and get right back in the game, which it looks like she's doing.
Oh, Ariana, she's been around this sport, I think, long enough. And I think just about everyone has had an air ball.
Yeah, I was going to say Runsewe's got to be careful.
She was playing Lewis awfully tight, and now she picks up her second.
She did a great job, though, of when she stumbled, getting back up and recovering. It would have been nice to see a rotation defensively on Tiny.
Lewis. There's Barrett Parton, number 0, but she's anything but a 0. Actually, a member of the state champion soccer team, and now Meister hit with a foul.
Yeah, you know, we all saw it. There's a little bit of a hook there, but love to be able to talk to the girls about finessing the refs. You know, we've seen, you know, we saw Greenway do it the other night.
That in Greenway,
showing the fouls, and there's an art to be able to do that. Body language, communication.
Yeah, we're not encouraging flopping, but yes, it is a tool. We don't want anyone to flop, but if you get hit, don't be afraid to let the officials know, hey, this woman hit me or did something she wasn't supposed to.
There's so many ways that you can show your fouls. And there's so many ways to foul and not be shown.
It's a game of inches, isn't it? Barrett Parton saw a lane and goes all the way in. A member of the state champion girls soccer team this fall in Class 2A, Barrett Parton. Here's White. Malia White, that is. Now Salaam. We know she's got speed. Addi Mack set herself up for the charge. Team control foul, of course, so no free throws awarded, but the Redhawks could tie it with a 3. They're thinking about it. Addi Mack wants it. Swish.
And you have to be careful when you're jumping and when you're switching on traps on this Minnehaha team.
Especially when it involves Addi Mack.
Because they're able to read the defense very well, and they take what the defense gives them. This is one of the teams that their coach explains the game to them.
We have a foul call against Minnehaha. That's going to give DeLaSalle 2 free throws with the Islanders in the double bonus. Holding on Addi Mack. It was away from the ball. And there's Meister at the line. A respectable freshman season. 8.3 points per game, 4.8 rebounds.
And I guess when Ariana is boxing you out, you really have no choice but to foul if you're that small and you get pinned under the basket by her.
Now, it's something to keep an eye on. Addi Mack, that's her first, but foul trouble inhibited Minnehaha in their loss to Chaska. Angel Hill on the take, no good. Rebound, up for grabs. Lewis tips it. Runsewe caught her from behind.
Nice cut.
Jump ball. Ref might have swallowed his whistle there.
And even though a couple of the calls really haven't gone the way that DeLaSalle would like these last couple of possessions and at the free throw line, there's 1:37 left. This is a tied-up game. There's no need to hold your head. Like, turn up the intensity.
Let's not forget, DeLaSalle had a comeback of sorts against Mankato East.
Addi will just dance her way around until she finds the right person to cover her.
Ariana Meister isn't interested in joining her, though. Doesn't want to be her dance partner.
And now you got a mismatch there. Yep.
And Mack picks up her second foul. LaToya, I'll be really interested to see how Minnehaha manages the foul situation. They've got several players with 2.
Yeah, that's going to be key. She's going to have to hit those free throws because if this game stays close, that's going to be a factor. So it's definitely going to be something that she needs to clean up on. But I think it's going to come to a point, too, where you can see Ariana and Runsewe work very well together. If they can get their inside-outside game, it would be deadly for Minnehaha.
Unfortunately, DeLaSalle can't capitalize on this. Meister has missed 5 straight free throws.
Yeah, and that's all fixable. That needs to be something that when they go in the locker room or coach tells her, that's fixable.
5 straight misses, 2 air balls. Talia Graham doing some cleanup work. And Minnehaha takes the lead, 33-31, with DeLaSalle unable to pounce at the charity stripe.
Yeah.
Savannah White will try to change that now. She's 4 for 4, but we noted not the most accurate of shooters. So I know it's only the first half, but I have to think these are big free throws here, especially with DeLaSalle getting to the line as much as they are. And for Minnehaha, you've got a bunch of players with 2 fouls. Now, DeLaSalle has a couple with 2 as well.
Yeah, that's going to be critical. This game looks like they're going to, you know, in my Kanye West, come down to the wire, through the wire.
White splits at the line. Lewis for three. No, but nobody was on Cupido. It will stay Minnehaha ball.
You know, we talk about Addi showing her fouls. Hill shows her fouls too.
But she's not getting the benefit of the doubt. Minnehaha with time.
Saying, set a pick for me. Help me out here. Yep.
Addi Mack. And Matt Pryor might be thinking to himself, finally.
You know, they do. She does a good job of communicating with her teammates, and they do a good job of responding. When she calls for that high pick, it's not always for the other player to roll. It's just for her to create a little space, give it right back to her. And so DeLaSalle's going to have to watch for that because she just moves to a different location, and then she's ready to shoot the shot from there.
Addi Mack, you may know the story, one step away from Augusta National in a drive, chip, and putt competition. So an excellent golfer in addition to being an excellent basketball player. Split at the line, but Angel Hill gives them a reverse three-point play to end the first half. Angel Hill doing a lot of the little things, but as you know, little things add up.
They all add up.
And Minnehaha has added up a 4-point lead at halftime, 36-32. LaToya, we're seeing a back-and-forth game of strategy. These are two high-caliber teams, and they're playing like it.
Yeah, there's a reaction to every play, and I just think that they're going to go. One thing DeLaSalle's going to talk about is the free throw situation, but also there's some offensive things that Minnehaha can talk about, finishing at the basket and not allowing second chance shots, but they're both playing really good right now, so it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that they make coming out in the second half.
We'll bring you the second half and give you our reaction to what unfolds when we return. This is high school girls basketball. Redhawks lead the Islanders 36-32. Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves. Holloman, good if it goes. Yes! Game winners. James, she's in trouble. Finds James, toss shot, it goes in! And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching. Peden and LaToya Turk rejoining you at the Big D on the island of Nicollet. The DeLaSalle marching band giving us a lot of old school tunes during halftime. I recognize Paula Abdul among the selection.
Heavy on the Kanye tonight.
And these two teams heavy on action. Minnehaha leads DeLaSalle 36-32. Addi Mack with 13 points to lead the Redhawks. Charita Lewis with 8 to Leah Graham with 6. Sydney Runsewe hit 4 3-pointers in the first half to give the Islanders 12 points. Ariana Meister with 9. Savannah White with 7, but Meister missed 5 straight free throws, and LaToya, DeLaSalle 8 of 13. Those misses, even though DeLaSalle isn't shooting terribly at the line, those misses could come into play.
Yeah, I talked to, I almost called her Nevaeh, Ariana's mother, at halftime, and she said, you know, the Arianas can hear the bench when she's at the free throw line, and she thinks it's throwing her off a little bit. So we'll see what happens now that she's on the other end of the court in front of her bench.
And Taylor Hill giving her young sister some instruction during the halftime intermission. Savannah White can't get the bounce of Of course, Taylor splits time now between here and her duties at Big Ten Network. She's a color analyst. Part of the BTN crew now.
Oh, nice.
Well, she was always big time.
Should have her come up and do a halftime report with us.
I think she's done enough, and her sister's out there. I want her to be a fan, you know? Let her be a fan once in a while. Angel Hill for three, trying to get that perimeter stroke. Addi Mack certainly can do so. 3-ball corner pocket.
Do you have the percentage that Addi shoots at?
They don't have the percentage listed on the stat guide, but Addi can shoot from just about anywhere. IT Salaam scoops it in for two. Angel on the run.
You know, it's really good to see Addi's team buy into the fact that she gets buckets, and so they don't mind putting the ball in her hands. That just makes her job and their job a lot easier.
Addi Mack, 5 30-point games. And Angel Hill, she's at the line. Missed a few games this season, and for Minnehaha Academy, a combination of COVID protocols, injuries, knocked out Angel and Aliyah Alamid for several games. They're hoping to get everyone back at full strength for the section playoffs next week.
You know, and from a medical standpoint, I just want to encourage the girls. I know a lot of places are dropping their mask mandate. I want to encourage you to still continue to wear your mask because you are going into your playoff season and you don't want to catch a variant and be out.
We're on the backside of the Omicron surge, but you never know. And the last thing any team wants is to lose a key player that could impact their postseason run because, as you know, in sections, it's one and done. You win, you move on, you lose, your season's over.
Yeah, you've played under restrictions this entire season. We only have a few more weeks left, so just continue to stay safe.
Addi Mack, the bounce pass to Lewis. Long two, short. Angel Hill races in and lays it in.
And this is going to be a team that you have to box out. You know, right away, second chance points, extend that lead.
Scott fouled. And that's on Addi Mack. That's her third. Anaya Rubin has three. And on the DeLaSalle end, you have Runsewe with 3 fouls and Anisha Scott with 3 fouls. Both teams are going to have to be alert of the situation. Runsewe.
And, you know, that would definitely be something that I would discuss with Scott and see if I can get her on an ISO and, you know, help get Maddie pick up a 4th foul there.
Right. Test her mettle, if you will.
Yep.
And conversely, with Addi Mack at 3 fouls, DeLaSalle, they might try to put Addi Mack to the test.
That's exactly what I would do. I'd call for an ISO with Scott and Addi Mack and see if I can force her to pick up a 4th foul.
Lewis had Salaam beat on the step, but couldn't finish. Scott cuts through.
And now she has to be careful not to pick up a foul there.
And remember, Anisha Scott has 4 or 3, doesn't want that 4th. Lewis for 3.
And that play looked good. You know, they do a good job of passing and cutting. Just that one didn't fall that time. So let's see what DeLaSalle goes to here.
White,
and
too
they're
strong.
Double and tripling teaming Savannah tonight. And Savannah's trying to walk her right into a trap.
Graham comes up short. Bass pump fakes. Salaam had the speed. Graham couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, and I don't know if the DeLaSalle staff knows that Addi has 3 fouls, and that if they were to remove her from the offensive lineup, it would be beneficial for them.
Timeout DeLaSalle. They might discuss that. With this timeout, we'll probably hear from the pep band again. John was measuring their sound getting to 85, close to 90 decibels. And it's not a sound, it's not something we're accustomed to hearing. Next time I better get advance warning so I can bring earplugs.
Right. And so we're going to need our headphones going deep into the season because the band's showing up, the fan clubs are showing up, the fan section, the student sections.
Well, on that subject, this is the final regular season game you and I are doing. We'll see if we do any section games as we move into postseason play, but we covered a lot of ground this year, LaToya.
Yes, we did. I saw you probably more than I saw my oldest child this basketball season.
I hope Demaya didn't take that personally.
Well, I see Demaya all the time because she lives with
me. Oh,
Devin, but my oldest
oh my
daughter.
goodness! Oh my goodness! I just shorted Devin.
Yeah.
Devin, I hope you don't take that personally. The last time we were together, we were joking about how you had to manage Devin being in dance.
Yes.
Wanted nothing to do with basketball.
Yes.
I think she played 1 year. How did she end up being your kid? No, I tease. I tease.
That's a lot of times people think because they see us so much in the gym that's all that we do, but my kids are very well rounded.
Maybe Devin's doing the smart thing, just being a fan so she doesn't get caught up in all of the politics and all the whirlwind and all the news that you and I have been witnesses to these last couple of weeks.
It's there in dance, too.
23,
if this keeps up, LaToya, you and I might have to record another commentary because I find it ironic after we shared our reaction about Minnetonka, New Prague, Cooper, St. Louis Park, the whole Metro West fiasco, and now Prior Lake.
Yes,
we are seeing a reckoning of sorts here.
Yes, I absolutely think that there is room and space for dialogue. We also saw that they're ruling from Minnesota State High School League that they would bring in an outside agency to help assist in direction for schools and fans and such.
I think you and we might need to get together to share another discussion because this is insane. On the floor, Lydia Schrader with a three-point play chance.
And it's being highlighted right now in high school basketball, high school girls basketball, which is what's in the media, but it's happening in high school boys basketball. It's happening in the AAU circuit. It's happening in rec ball. It's happening in our colleges and in our colleges here in the state of Minnesota. So it's definitely time for us to have dialogue about it.
Foul on the Redhawks. It's on Angel Hill, her second. To your point, LaToya, Alex Nagel, another broadcast partner of mine, had this to say with everything he's heard about Prior Lake, New Prague, and Minnetonka. He told me, imagine what's going on beneath the surface of all this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we have situations where I get calls from parents all the time, and then I have a kid who actually plays, and she suffers from the ramifications of situations as such.
And Alex also gave me the line of these last couple of weeks in regards to everything that has transpired. He said if he ever acted in a matter that he has heard with these allegations, his father would have, well, I'll finish that in a second. Ava Cupido lays it in. He said, Alex said his father would have his foot halfway up his butt.
Yep, it definitely starts at home. And Cupido, you saw her score again. She's not afraid to go to the basket. That's amazing confidence. And we see confidence in players like Addi, Mack, Greenway, The Hills, Ronnie Porter, players of that caliber who come out that young and have no fear.
Redhawks up 46-34. And I talked to a couple of parents with the affected teams. This is an extended family, and they're taking it hard. One of them indicated her hope that they won't see everyone the way Prior Lake has been portrayed as of late. Addi Mack. I'll continue the discussion in a moment. Here's Cupido for 3. Scott looking to go in. She'll shoot 2. That's a third on Cupido.
Yeah, Cupido's not afraid to play both ends of the floor.
So to get to the point I wanted to address, no one group is a monolith, so it's unfortunate what happened at Prior Lake. It's unfortunate what happened at Minnetonka. But I had this to say, for those that don't subscribe to those ideologies, that don't believe in treating others unfairly, in time, people will see it. But it's incumbent on those who know what's right to make sure everyone else gets that message.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't believe in that, make sure everyone knows you're going to stand up for what's right.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have some coaches here that I've seen foster extremely diverse and multicultural teams. We have one that's on the floor right now, Matt Pryor. He does a great job of just making sure everyone has access.
He and I
feel
were
respected and you know, play with dignity.
He and I were talking about that in pregame. Addi Mack scoring for the Red Hawks. Savannah White hits the mid-range jumper.
We see Savannah finding her stroke here.
We've seen DeLaSalle come from behind before, but that's not easy to do when one of your assignments is Addi Mack, one of the scoring extraordinaires. Rubin had nowhere to go, and with White on her, that's not an easy assignment. And that is a foul. That is the last to give for Minnehaha, so the Red Hawks could be playing with fire here, proverbially speaking, because DeLaSalle, fifth, okay, I thought it was 6, but if Minnehaha's not careful, they could find themselves in the penalty for an extended length of time.
Yeah, and we're going to be there. I have a feeling we are. Minnehaha, they have some great first steps. I just think when they get in the lane, get caught a little bit, just go up with your shot.
White for 3. Good set by the Islanders, just didn't go in. Rubin.
You know, Rubin is one of a player that I see. She takes an extreme amount of contact. Like, hats off to you, sis. You play under pressure every night.
White missing on the other end. Here comes Addi Mack, full head of speed, but that is going to be a charge. That is her 4th.
And so
now the situation gets dicey for Minnehaha.
And you can see Addi's looking over at Matt for direction there.
Addi Mack, we know her speed is a tremendous asset, but those who play against her know if you get yourself set in time.
And that's what was going to be important, is stepping in front of her. You know, I was talking to Malia's parents at halftime, and I was like, that first step defensively against Addi is going to be crucial, because if she has a first step on you, she's going right to the basket.
So she'll have to ride some time on the bench for now. And Minnehaha will see if they can work their way through this. They still lead by 10, but their top scorer limited due to foul trouble.
You know, and I'm wondering why I don't see Runsewe in the game right now.
Cupido, to Hill.
With Rubin out of the game, even though Graham is still in it, this is a smaller lineup for Minnehaha. To be able to put Runsewe in and get some three-point shots up and chip away at this lead.
I just want to note how disruptive White has been defensively. She does a good job staying upright. Doesn't have any fouls in this game. And she can influence the paint in so many ways on defense. Lewis, 3 is short.
And they're putting Malia to the test defensively tonight. Every single player that has her on defense, they're trying to get her commit to a foul.
Pass slightly offline, but Lewis recovers. Timeout, Minnehaha. With this timeout, it does give me an opportunity that I wanted to express as the band plays. I've mentioned this to the parents, but for anyone watching this, when you get around to seeing this tape, whether you're at Minnehaha, Cooper, St. Louis Park, Prior Lake, or wherever, whenever you feel comfortable or whenever you're able, we have our podcast series. So if you want to share your thoughts about what's happened, how you're navigating all of this, let us know. We'll keep a line open for you, because the best thing we can do is keep that dialogue open.
Absolutely.
And Minnehaha, as you noted, a highly diverse team. DeLaSalle, they have that inner city feel in downtown Minneapolis. It's a private school, but they get a lot of students of color in their student body. We mentioned the Black History Month initiatives they put together. This is something both schools take seriously, both teams and both schools.
Right. And you know, and this is what
Angel
I
Hill.
can say this because I attended DeLaSalle, but also, you know, knowing Matt Pryor personally, this is not, a lot of people will say it's just basketball. It's not basketball, it's a lifestyle. And so not only are you teaching, as leaders, you're teaching basketball and basketball skills, you're also teaching them foundation on how to conduct themselves in the community, how to conduct themselves, you know, as leaders, how to conduct themselves as young ladies. And so the weight is heavy, and if you can't hold it, if you can't do it, don't sign up for this role. I'm interested to see how many coaches have talked about ACT scores, NCAA sanctions and rules, the NIL. There's so many things that we need to be discussing with our young players so that when they leave your program that they're equipped.
Matt was quick to note to me in pregame how the understanding has changed. There was a time where maybe we viewed these athletes as just that, kids who could score, kids who could rebound, and what their college prospects are. But more and more now, as we deal with this ever-changing landscape, he said, we're finding out these kids are much more than what the stats columns say.
Yep. There needs to be some accountability on the athletic department side. Look at Savannah there.
DeLaSalle on the run. Malia White with the finish.
And we know Malia can get in a game and change the trajectory. We saw her knock down some big threes the last time that we were here. And so she does have the ability to score. Her and Kennedy Click, they played on a team with Demaya as youngsters, and they were some of the best transition offense wingmen out there.
Scott, the bounce pass to Meister for two.
And you can see the freshman trio getting it done there.
Angel lost control. Meister catches up to her.
Back on the other end there.
And to your point, LaToya, about Malia White, they weren't just big three-pointers. She hit go-ahead triples against Mankato East.
Yeah, when she does that right there, she's feeling it.
And now Graham picks up her third, and DeLaSalle in the bonus the rest of the way. Matt Pryor beside himself. I don't think he's angry at the players, though. I think he's frustrated over how some of these fouls have been called.
He promised me he wouldn't get ejected tonight.
Well, he had to sit out the second meeting with Providence. But all roads point to an all-IMAC final. It's not a certainty, of course, with single elimination playoffs, but Minnehaha, Providence, if there's a third meeting, I might have to tune in.
It's going to be a good one.
Savannah White knocks down both free throws, and the Islanders inching closer. They trailed by 13 not too long ago. It's now a 7-point margin.
And this is going to be a huge test for Minnehaha to be able to play without having Addi Mack on the floor and without having her as an option.
Well, that was going to lead into my next question. When do you put her in? If DeLaSalle keeps coming at you, Lewis has other ideas.
I think
if
you can
Lewis
hold
can hit
up
those
a little
threes,
longer,
I was going to say, that will help. But if DeLaSalle, if they keep inching closer, you might have to start taking chances. High-low for Savannah White.
And you can see that senior leadership there with Runsewe and Savannah. Runsewe knew she was open. She was calling for it. They recognized it a little late, and so she switched up her game plan and went to the pick and roll.
Graham cut her way inside. She'll shoot 2. Well, White and Runsewe, Savannah White that is, they've been playing varsity since 9th grade.
And you can see them on the baseline talking. They're saying every time, let's go for it.
I remember when you and I were here 3 years ago in front of that packed house, and we saw both players make an impact for DeLaSalle.
Absolutely. I've had the joy of being able to watch Sydney Runsewe grow up. Her dad and I coach varsity basketball in St. Paul, and her and Demaya spent a lot of time in the gym with us as extremely young kids at the time. So it's nice to be able to see this piece of her high school career come to fruition.
Talia Graham at the line. Splits. Graham still working out the college process. I talked to her dad beforehand. He said she'll probably make a decision after the season.
Yeah, I think that's best for a lot of our athletes too. It's evaluation period right now. They're going through section playoffs, and so let them get through this, and then we can. You guys drop a comment and let us know where you're going.
IT Salaam got the Plinko bounce. That wasn't a friendly bounce. That was the Plinko bounce. Kawhi Leonard-like bounce. Rubin.
And IT's been a solid defensive player for DeLaSalle over the years. Yeah, you have their IT and Savannah and Sid on the floor who had to play through some adversity for a couple of years, and hopefully they're able to get deep into sections and get to the state tournament.
We should note DeLaSalle now out of fouls to give, and Sydney Runsewe picked up her 4th. So both teams facing some pressure here. Runsewe still out on the floor, but she has 4 fouls. White.
So pretty.
We're used to seeing that first step out of Mack or Lewis, but Savannah has some agility.
Pure athleticism. Savannah said this was child's play.
5-point margin. Addi Mack not on the floor yet. Lewis missed the 3. Big opportunity for the Islanders here to crash.
And if they were smart, they'd just set a pick for Runsewe. There we go.
Scott got it. 1 possession game. Timeout. Minnehaha. 55-53. Matt was thinking this would be another photo finish like last year. It appears we're headed that way.
Yeah, and just tell your girls at this time, just relax and run your offense. It's anybody's game. Let's hit the fundamentals. Let's get good shots. Let's take good shots. Let's cut hard, and let's box out.
And similar to our other matchups that we've covered this week, nothing on the line for these two as far as section seeding goes. Minnehaha, with their section being a coach's vote, they probably have locked up the 1 seed with their strength of schedule. DeLaSalle, even if they beat Moorhead, they probably get the 2 because of that loss to Como Park. But you can throw all that out the window. They don't care if they're not seeing each other in state. They are playing hard.
Yeah.
As Matt was telling me, and James Fassett, I'm sure, would say the same thing. This is the matchup you schedule to prepare you for the postseason.
Yes, yes, yes. You want your girls to come in locked in. But, you know, let's give a shout out to this band here. This is probably one of the best high school bands I've seen this season. So great job. And you even had Miss Mary Berry, I think her name, rocking to your songs down there. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I may not have any ears after we're through. And I have to call a game tomorrow, Como Southwest. You at least get to relax for the weekend. Well, you have another event, and your daughter's playing in regionals, but you don't have to worry about calling anything. Addi Mack back on the floor for the Redhawks, so it looks like the big names. Well, Runsewe on the bench, so Fassett will manage her, but Matt Pryor not going to take a chance.
Wide open lane. Ugh.
I think Cupido got a hand in there. Whoa! Lewis had a great pass to Mack.
That rarely happens.
Tough break for the Redhawks. Huge opportunity for the Islanders. Cupido reaching in. Jump ball, DeLaSalle with the arrow, but Ava Cupido, I can't wait to see what she brings next year. She is more than proven her mettle. She definitely belongs out there. Don't let that 7th grade status fool you.
Right.
And I had an inkling. Matt was excited to bring her in. Even a couple of years ago, he said, I can't wait to put her in a Redhawks uniform.
Yeah, it's always nice to talk to him in the offseason to see how he's reloading.
Runsewe back on the floor for the Islanders. She throws it away to Lewis. And against Savannah White, Tiny's not going to chance it.
Tiny plays with such poise and strength.
Side fade. Yes!
Tiny said, who's going to stop me, boo? Who's going to stop me?
Well, Tiny has 6 20-point games and 2 double-doubles. She can make things happen. Angel Hill timing the pass. LaToya, we're seeing Minnehaha start to read the passing lanes as of late. That's the 2nd time now they've made a move on a passing route.
They're definitely not going to back down. Minnehaha as a team is that they practice like they play. And so this is the same intensity that you see in their practices. And they're not going to just sit back. Even though they have a small lead, they're not going to sit back. They're going to challenge everything.
Certainly not a lead they can exhale with just yet. Only 4 with 3:50 to go. That's a long time. Salaam thought about it. Meister draws the foul. And I believe that will be the 2nd on Barrett Parton.
You know, with the footwork and the height advantage that Munster has, she can dance on any player in the paint. And so they just have to be comfortable with using that more. And let's just hope she can connect on these free throws here.
Oh, Meister, that is 6 straight misses at the free throw line. And I wonder, LaToya, when you airball it, does that affect your confidence?
Absolutely, especially
she
at
had that
young
first
of
one.
age.
Well, now she got it. I know she had that airball, and then her confidence was rattled for a while, but it's a 1-possession game. Lewis, step back, yes!
Hey, Lewis came to play tonight.
Step back, Bobby Jack Lewis can make some moves. And how do you defend against that quickness? We saw this with Matt Greenway a couple nights ago. Tiny Lewis, she's so fast and quick with her feet. Big rebound for Graham.
I go right back to her.
Lewis the hot hand.
And she's feeling that she can take Runsewe, which she has the last 2 possessions.
Lost the dribble for a moment. And Runsewe has 4 fouls, so she has to lay off. White with the block.
Monster play right there.
Big stop for DeLaSalle, but they have to cash in.
Yeah, DeLaSalle, I'd like to see them hit those cutters a little sooner because they're open right away. Yeah, I'd like to see them hit those shooters a little sooner on the pass, because the shooters are standing there and asking for the pass, and by that time the defense is already recovered. That's also knowing your play set.
Peden picks up her third, and the foul was on Salaam, so she will shoot 1 and 1. Salaam with 6 points.
Yeah, I was going to say, with 1 and 1, you got to make sure you're in rebounding position.
A huge miss for the Islanders.
And you can see there's been a defensive switch now on Tiny. They have IT playing defense on her, try to keep the ball out of her hands.
And Addi Mack drawing the foul on Anisha Scott. Addi Mack, one of the top shooters, top scorers in the state. 5 30-point games.
Addi Mack to the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Official clarifying with the scores table whether it was a shooting foul or not.
That's great officiating there.
Especially in the late stages, always good to double check.
You know, officiating is also very important in this game as well. And we could have the dialogue about that too. But tonight we have 3 refs on the floor. 2 are veteran refs, and you can tell how they've kept the game clean. You can see the foul count is pretty close here tonight. They've done a great job.
Addi Mack makes 2 big free throws. Minnehaha with a 7-point lead, 61-54, 2 minutes to play. White for 3. Minnehaha can go for the strike. And they'll do it at the free throw line. At least Barrett Parton will try to do so. Still 1 and 1. Barrett Parton doesn't score a lot, just under 3 points per game. But she is one of the key contributors for this team.
And these free throws now are going to be important for each of the teams to be able to knock down their free throws. Every single one counts.
Well, neither team shooting all that well, but Minnehaha making them when they count most. And now they lead 63-54 with 1:47 to go. DeLaSalle calls a timeout.
I'm going to do you like me. So, Mike, in this situation with 1:47 left on the clock, what if you're the coach for DeLaSalle, what do you tell your team?
That's a good question. Obviously, you want to score quick. Sydney Runsewe hasn't gotten a lot of touches. She had that hot first half as far as shooting goes. Savannah White can do a little bit of everything. Meister had some plays down low. I just think at this stage, you got to get a quick score. You were saying DeLaSalle, they're open on those cuts, but they're not getting to the cutters quickly enough. That has to change, especially at this stage. So that would be my guess. I know I kind of piggybacked off you, but if you find an open cutter, go to her right away. Don't wait. Salaam for 3. There's Meister. Oh, too strong on the reverse.
Yeah, she's having a little trouble underneath that basket tonight, but it's all going to click soon for her. I know it is. I'm excited. Even though she's missed a couple of bunnies here tonight, I'm really excited to see her over these next couple of years develop. The entire freshman squad that they have, actually.
Addi Mack taking no chances. Waiting for the right moment to strike through the heart of DeLaSalle.
Scott says right back at you.
But I don't know if there's enough time because Minnehaha got to eat up about 25 seconds of clock before Addi Mack went in on the take for 2.
Addi's got to do yoga or Pilates or something. She's just great body mechanics.
Well, LaToya, we saw a similar situation with Como Minnehaha where Como was down big late. If you're DeLaSalle, obviously you've got to find a way to get a stop, get the ball, but how do you do it against that agile, versatile lineup that Minnehaha has.
Yeah, at this point, like you say, you got to get good shots up, and I would put my shooters in there. I would put my shooters in. I would tell, have 3 girls crush the boards, 2 get back on defense, and make it happen. Set good picks. Get someone open so they can get an open shot. But I don't think Minnehaha's going to give up any open shots, even with the 104, because they were in that Como game where even under 2 minutes, the tide and trajectory changed so quickly.
They had that game locked up. They were up 17 midway through the second. They were up 8 late in overtime. Quick foul on the Islanders. So free throws coming for Tiny Lewis. And for Minnehaha Academy, they have some impressive wins, but this would be a huge one in their resume.
And a much-needed one.
Absolutely, with 3 straight losses, especially that Como Park game. Lewis missing the front end. So DeLaSalle.
And it's hard to have those stressful losses. That loss from at Minnehaha was extremely stressful. And then to come back and drop it against Providence after you had beat them by 20 points,
The Redhawks, this would perhaps be their biggest win. Of course, getting that split over Providence Academy creates that prologue if those two meet in state. But getting a win against DeLaSalle, this is a confidence builder.
Yeah, DeLaSalle is definitely a competitor, and for any team to come in and snatch a win from them on the island is huge.
Well, Minnehaha won this meeting a year ago, but before that, we were here a couple of times, LaToya, where DeLaSalle ran them out of the building. Salaam hits the 3.
Talk about a quick shot.
And DeLaSalle using up their last timeout. So Salaam with the 3-pointer. That gives her 9. 66-59, and we keep getting the throwbacks, LaToya, from the band and from the music soundtrack.
Yes.
Salaam doesn't shoot a lot of threes coming into this game. 8 of 46, 17%. She had a big one there, though.
And at this point in time, everyone's got to be confident and take the shot,
But we were talking about Minnehaha and their resume. DeLaSalle, even if they don't win this game, they got that big win over Mankato East. They had that slow start. They got the split over Holy Angels. They had a close one with Maple Grove. They beat Champlain Park a couple nights ago. Savannah White had the double-double. They edged Hill Murray, so more often than not, DeLaSalle has delivered. So even though they had that rough start where they lost to Totino Grace and Como Park, and folks are wondering maybe the best years were behind them, they came up with a huge response. They will be a team to watch no matter what happens in Section 3-3A.
Absolutely. In DeLaSalle, they have a lineage. So does Minnehaha. DeLaSalle has a lineage. They're known for having strong athletic teams, strong academic teams as well, just producing great athletes.
Well, remember, both schools won their respective state titles 3 years ago. 2019, Minnehaha won it all in 2A. DeLaSalle won it all in 3A. Different coach, different crew back then, but still part of the DeLaSalle history.
I think in sports, especially women's sports, there's just been so many games recently that everyone's so hungry to compete and to win and to excel. So really happy for the young ladies to be playing during this time.
White, a little out of control there. 25.7, 8-point game. DeLaSalle out of timeouts. Runsewe. I thought I heard a not so friendly word.
No.
Runsewe to the line. Sydney going to Quincy University, signed her NLI earlier this week, making it official.
Congratulations, Sid.
One of those legacy players. She has been part of this DeLaSalle group since her freshman year, was a part of that 2019 team. And I think DeLaSalle more than ready for another shot at Como Park. Oh, I wish I could be there for that one. Something tells me, well, Stillwater Eastridge should be a good one too after Eastridge beat Stillwater in overtime last Friday. But there's
hasn't that team developed? I mean,
there's going to be a myriad of entertaining selections to choose from in the section final round.
Yes.
6-4A, Wayzata Hopkins. That seems inevitable, but that should be a good one. 4-4A, 2-4A.
Like I said, there's just such good basketball.
2-4A, how crazy has that bracket gone? That whole field has been upended by what has happened.
Yes, and that's the sports world, you know, at any given time.
Prior Lake won't play. Minnetonka perhaps was the favorite. Now Eden Prairie and Chaska might have an opening. Minnehaha, it's not a certainty in their section. St. Croix Lutheran's got some three-point shooters. 4-2A should be a good Friday game. Barrett Parton with the rejection. But Salaam sees an opening, goes in. DeLaSalle, though, can't stop the clock.
And she's calling for her teammates. Where's the help side? Block there. Like I said, Minnehaha's not giving up anything. They have the lead. There's 7 seconds left on the clock, and they're still out there blocking shots. That's baseline to baseline, buzzer to buzzer.
Addi Mack adding a few more points to her total, and she is a clutch free throw shooter. Hit 11 in that first meeting with Providence and can put up big numbers no matter where she is on the floor.
What's her percentage?
They don't list it, but
her free throw percentage? Okay.
They don't list it, but Addi hits them more often than not. Meister goes up. No good. That'll do it. Minnehaha ends DeLaSalle's 11-game winning streak. 71-62 the final. Addi Mack, 27 points. Just another day in the office for the freshman.
Yeah.
And Tiny Lewis with 16. It was a well-played game for both teams. Minnehaha just a little more consistent with the finish in the later stages. And we've got the band playing. I was saying Minnehaha a little more consistent with their finishes tonight.
Yeah, they did, and being able to make adjustments, you know, having some players in foul trouble, not having Addi on the floor for a period of time. They were able to make the adjustments, and other players stepped up. Tiny did a great job of stepping up tonight.
We'll be back to talk to our players of the game when we return, as Minnehaha goes to 20-5 with a 71-62 win over DeLaSalle. Joining me are Tiny Lewis and Addi Mack. Once again, they have been the dynamic duo all season for Minnehaha Academy. They were dynamic once more, giving the Redhawks their 20th win of the season. Tiny, we'll start with you because you had a couple of big buckets when Addi had to go to the bench with 4 fouls. In that situation, when your top scorer has to sit for a while, how do you adjust?
I kind of had to, pick it up and become that secondary. Although Addi had 4 fouls, I had to step it up in the end and hit some really big shots. I missed some shots in the beginning, but I kind of had to find that rhythm and find that tempo and get back to who I was.
How big is a win like this? You dropped 3 straight, including a tough one to Como Park. How big is it to go out on a high note?
This one is very big. Couple years ago, they said they haven't won a game in here in the island at all, so we had to come here and set the tone.
You certainly did that. What do you think was the difference in this game? You pulled out a 9-point win. From our end, it looked like you had a few more finishes consistently than DeLaSalle did, but this was not an easy victory.
I think our defense really played a big part in this. Our teammates helped up in the help defensive end, so it kind of helped us a lot. And then getting out in transition, too, getting transition buckets.
Addi Mack getting a few free throws certainly helped as well. Addi, another 20-point game. You've been lighting up the scoreboard all season. Tonight was no exception. In the first half, you were flying down the court. In the second half, you were calmly accumulating points at the free throw line. What would you make of your freshman season?
Well, it's been really fun. Just getting to grow with this team has been really fun, and obviously ending it off on a high note, I think that really makes us have good momentum going into sections and trying to get to a state tournament again.
This was an aggressive game. You had 4 fouls. I'm sure that was frustrating having to sit, but when you get caught in a situation like that, what do you tell yourself?
Well, I just have to trust my teammates. Like, I have Tiny, I have everyone else, and we're all just a unit trying to work together for the same thing, and just trying to cheer on my teammates when I can, knowing that I'm probably going to have to go back in and be smart with what I'm doing. So just having that trust in everyone else really helped.
How would you rate your progression this season as a freshman? You've led the team in scoring. This is your 3rd straight year where you've done that. And your ability to slash, knock down threes, I think the only thing you can't do, at least for now, is dunk, but maybe in a year or two, hopefully soon. But what do you attribute to your success as a scorer?
Well, I think a big thing is just watching basketball on TV, kind of surrounding myself in basketball, diving into the game, but then also just putting in the reps, working, getting stronger, just trying to improve in every way that I can, and every day's a new day and get better every day.
And as the two of you know, there are no guarantees in postseason play, but there was a lot of preseason hype with your team in 2A, and I know you'd love to get a state title, but as you pivot to postseason from here, what stays the same, what changes, and how do you maintain your focus? You know it's one game at a time, but what do you hope to accomplish?
Just staying together and staying us, staying together as a unit. Like, we had a big talk in practice yesterday. Yesterday. And, just communication on the floor was a big key. And it was hard. Those losses that we had, that was bad communication. So just picking it up and, coming back together, I think it will evolve in the next few games.
I think a big thing is, like I said before, trust, kind of trusting what we've put into the season, all the hard practices we had, all the hard-fought games, and just knowing that this is what we've been working for and trying to make the most out of it and just stay focused and have fun on the way.
Well, Addi, I still remember you telling me wanting to be the next Paige Beckers. Something that she collected was that state championship. So if you want to be the next Paige Beckers, I guess that's what has to happen next. ITs. Obviously, there's a lot more than that. But I'm thinking, well, I guess you've got everything else in there. 1,000 points already. I don't know what else you can collect at this point. Before you go, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, everyone. Hi, family at home.
Yeah, everyone that watched, thanks for watching.
Well, hello, everyone, and we do appreciate you watching some extraordinary talent like Tiny Lewis and Addi Mack. Thanks for stopping by. Congrats on the win. And I don't know when I'll see you next because sections can get a little crazy, but I hope you have fun no matter what happens and enjoy the ride.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Tiny Lewis and Addi Mack, that does it from DeLaSalle High School as the Redhawks pick up another 20-win season, 71-62 the final. For LaToya, Turk, and the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for watching.